which has rather started too late. We should have started around February, March there. Now it's already April. Thank you for joining. There is a register that has been posted. You check on the chat box for you to click and complete it. One other thing that I just want us to be aware of before we start is to know, I think you need to know me. My name is SD Marange. I'm the facilitator for quantitative literacy. This year, I'll be dealing with MAT1501, which is fundamental mathematics, as well as 1503, which is linear algebra. There's been some talks of saying we need to go. Okay, I'm seeing people, they have raised their hands. Can they speak? It's Luzuko and Fezile. Luzuko? Fezile?
Oh, sorry. I was saying hi as you were greeting us.
Oh, all right. I can. No, it's okay. So you can put your hand down as well. What about Luzuko? Is also a hi, ne? All right. So I was saying my name is SD Marangeke. I'll be facilitating for 1501 and 1503. One thing that we need to start with is to basically put some rules. We have got basic rules that we have to look at, which will not disturb a presentation, because remember, this is a virtual one. We will need to respect one another so that the lesson will flow smoothly without challenges. And I know that most of us are techno savvy. We like to play around with any technology, but during the lesson, we are advised to keep our mics on mute. You switch off your video, and if you want to say something, you raise your hand. The good thing is that I think we can just go through there. So for the benefit of those people who don't know what is happening. So once you click chat, there's a chat box that will come on your right. You see, if I'm clicking it, you see that there's the register that I said everyone must complete. If you want to see who are the people who are in the meeting, you will see them by clicking the people, and all the people that are supposed to be here and are not here. Then if you want to raise your hand and to lower your hand, most of us, I've seen that you know that. There is one of a reaction. When you like what is happening, when you love it, when you want to play hand up, clap your hands. When you want to laugh, we are required to laugh one time and another. It's part and parcel of the life. When you are surprised, so there will be some more reactions that you can use there. Then when you check here, you see that there will be a lot of things that will be there. There is also the record, and once you record, there is a record. Every time you start a lesson, it will be recorded, and the recording are accessed through my UNISA. So if you miss a lesson and you want to go and listen to what was happening, you go to my UNISA. Unfortunately, I'm not in possession of my UNISA email, so please don't request them from me. You request them from Mr. Koyana, or you can request them straight from my UNISA on the email website. You get them there. So those are the things. Of course, leave and stop sharing. So once you open your video, let's say you open your camera, it will disturb the sharing that will be going on. So please, before we start, let's make sure that all these things, we know them. And once you raise your hand, I'll be able to see your hand and I'll give you a chance to talk, because at the end of the day, everyone must benefit. You need to benefit from these sessions. And the moment I don't give you that opportunity, I'll be not doing it justice. So those are the things, ladies and gentlemen, that you need to do and be aware of. Then oh, sorry, I did not pick up that my mic was muted. So I'm seeing here, sorry, am I back now? Am I audible? Okay, I think I'm audible enough now. So once you do this, you accept it. It will even remind you every 15 minutes before the lesson that you've got a lesson today, so that you make arrangements to join. So please, I'm urging you that you need to accept the meetings in your emails so that they appear on your calendar and you'll be able to access that. Is that clear so far? I think if it's clear, let's use the reaction now. The thumbs up and thumbs down. I'm sure you can see them there on your you can just do the thumbs up, thumbs down. Thank you very much. Right. So basically, that's what I've been trying to tell you, that once you register this, you accept the emails. If you go and once you accept the emails in your email, you won't see it. It will disappear. It will go to the deleted. And once you accept it, it won't appear in your inbox. Then the message will be now in your My Teams, the calendar. It will appear there, and you'll be reminded every time. I'm just trying to open for you to see. You see, in mine, it will be now under deleted because I've already accepted the meeting. So there it is under deleted because I've accepted the meeting already. So if I want to see how many people accepted the meeting, can you see? There's only one person who accepted the meeting, others did not respond. So you need to, instead of you going through your emails to look for the link, you need to accept so that it appears on your calendar. And once it appears on your calendar, it will be easy for you to join the meeting. Let's hope it's clear. Right. Then we move on, still with the basic rules. Yes, of course, should you be experiencing audio problems, you cannot hear us, please check that your device volume is turned up, you have earphones connected to your device, the presenter is not muted, because sometimes someone will just mute me and I will not see it. That's like what has happened now, or maybe it clicked by itself. So you need to check that. If you have checked the above and there's still no audio, please try the following. You leave the meeting, disconnect your headphones, earphones, restart the device, reconnect your headphones and earphones, rejoin the meeting. If you are still experiencing problems, you can get in touch with Mr. Koyan. I'm sure in every meeting you'll be there. He is the one who's assisting us from UNISA. Now, my starting point, I was saying, when I was looking at these two modules to check what is common, I came across one of the question paper here. I only took the instructions so that you will be aware of what is happening. I know of linear algebra, that is a year module. Fundamental, I'm sure it's also, it's also a year module. Now, look at the first one. Use of any calculator is not allowed. Are we aware of this? But to my surprise, in one of the assignments, I noticed that it was a fundamental maths. There was a question that was saying, use a calculator to do this. So maybe if it says use a calculator in the assignment, you can use it. But this one is an instruction in the exam that says no calculator. There it is. The use of calculator is not allowed, which means that some of the questions that you'll be asked, if I can give you an example, in linear algebra, we are going to deal with trigonometry, where you'll be looking at cos of an angle. It means that you'll be dealing with special angles, which means that if you are dealing with special angles, for example, you will need, sorry, I just wanted to check. If you are dealing with special, to change this so that you can see, if you deal with special angles, And I'm sure this one will also be, you need to know that my special angles, we have 0 degrees, the special angle, 30, 45, 60, 90. It can go on, you looking at all those, all 360 like that. But what you need to know in many cases is these 5, because they are in the first quadrant. So without using a calculator, you need to know what is cos of 0, what is sine of 0, what is tan of 0, without using a calculator. So that once you simplify and you come across this, you must know that, okay, cos of 0 is 1, sine of 0 is 0, then tan of 0 it's 0. Is that okay? So you need to know this, and there's a special way of doing this. You can use a triangle. You can use a triangle. I know some people, which is a 60, 60, and 60. So what do? You make it a 2, 2, 2. It's an equilateral triangle. If I divide like this, I will produce 90 degrees there. And this will be 1, 1. Then using Pythagoras theorem, this will be root 3. Sorry for that. Using Pythagoras theorem, that will be root 3. I'm not sure if, okay. Right. So if I divide here, this becomes 30, 30, because I've divided that. Then if I want sine 30, it's opposite over hypotenuse, which is 1 over 2. Cos 30, I'm just showing you something in passing so that you must know when do we use if you are not using a calculator, what to do. So tan 30, it will be 1 over root 3. So these are special angles that you need to do, and you need to know them. Is that okay? So that's one example where if you are not using a calculator, you need to know the ratios of special angles. We'll look at that into detail when we come to that. And remember what I've said, that then with the next thing, this web-based examination remains the property of the unit. You know this one, it might not be distributed from that. And one other thing with this question paper, time and time again, you need to visit my UNISA, because they always post the question papers. So what you need to do, don't leave them there. You download and you keep it. You can also share with me. Remember, I'm not a lecturer, full-time lecturer from UNISA, so I don't have access to the question papers, but the ones that I have, I got them from previous students. So what it means is that even yourself, you need to supply once you get them, because they will always share the question paper towards the end of the semester or the year when you're approaching the exam time. Then you need to download them. Don't keep them there on my UNISA. You download them because they will remove them. And you will notice that if you are looking at these question papers and assignments that you do, they normally rotate these things. That's why they remove them from the platform. So you need to see, and you can even see the trend of the questioning from looking at the past exam papers as well as the assignments. The examination allows typed in text and or attached documents as per your submission. Please make sure you follow that. Save frequently, because you are going to write an online exam. Declaration, this one I've never given or received aid on this examination. There is what they call IRIS. I'm not sure if it's still working, but they will tell us And from my experience, some learners, they face challenges in submitting work with Iris. In fact, after submitting, and others, they end up getting a supplementary exam because they failed to submit on time. So please be careful, and you need to submit that on time. Otherwise, they will disqualify you. Are we together? Once you finish, click on submit for grading button to submit your exam. This examination paper consists of that. They will tell you, and answer all question papers and submit within stipulated time frame. Late submission will not be accepted. So please, we don't want people who fail the exam because of late submission. I'm sure by now you have received your, oh, okay, this one is the duration. I've noticed that your 1501 is 3 hours, 1503 it's 2 hours. But at the same time, they all have 100 marks. So please be careful and train yourself to manage your time so that you will not be disadvantaged or struggle during the exam. These are the topics under linear algebra: determinants, inverse of a matrix, and row reduction. You'll be looking at vectors, complex numbers, de Moivre's theorem. So all these things, they work under that. I'm not sure if I've left out something. Maybe there are some new topics. If there are some, I'll also give you my number so that you tell me of new changes. Right. Under fundamental, I picked up that you'll be dealing with numbers, decimals, and fractions. Then algebra, graphs, geometry and measurement, differentiation. So those are the things that you need to know. As you can see, between these two topics, we don't have common topics. Maybe under geometry, yes, maybe under graphs, but it's not that common. So what it means is that from Monday, yes, the link is the same. So from Monday, is it possible that we look at, can I say 1501? Then on Wednesday, it will be 1503. So that we will be specifically looking at challenges facing 1501. Then on Wednesday, I'll be specifically looking at 1503. I'm not sure if it's okay with you. And every time at 5:30 until 7:30. It's a 2-hour session. It will be a 2-hour session. So that's how we'll be doing this. Is my screen visible? Okay, I see there's a hand up. Is it Nell? Oh, someone is saying you can't join the meeting. I wonder what could be the problem. Maybe it's the network. Yes, Blessing.
Sir, it's gonna be a 2-hour session. Right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So thank you.
What was the challenge? You've got a problem somehow.
No, sir. Thank you. Carry on,
Oh,
sir.
okay. All right. Sure. All right. So let's move on. I'll also need to try to check if there are any questions that are posted on the group and check, and also to give you time to breathe. Right. So I'm saying it's 2-hour session for Monday. So it will be MAT 1501. Wednesday, MAT 1503. There are still some debates. Okay. I will find out what is the conclusion, because today we are just combining everyone. There are still some debates because we have not yet. I will also find out from Mr. Koyana if there is any final decision. Mr. Koyana, are you still here?
Yes, sir.
Can you, I don't know, can you give us a highlight on some final decision that was reached depending on specific module or a generic, so that we...
I can hear you saying the topics that are different, so we can separate the modules if there is a problem with that.
separate the sessions, ne?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yeah, for sure. I've noticed when I was checking the topics, they are different. Um, in some, yes, there will be 1 or 2 topics that will be is the same, but in many of them they are different. Because if you look at 1501, they go up to differentiation, which 1503 does not do. So it will be wasting people's time to say 1503 must come to attend a session on differentiation, which will only benefit what? 1501. But when it comes to matrices, I've seen that, but under matrix in 1501, it's not much. But in 1503, we go deeper and deeper. So that's one other thing. So I think you have heard me. On Monday, we do 1501. On Wednesday, we'll look at 1503. Okay, right. Then from there, when you try to click things, okay. Now, some of the objectives of the quantitative literacy that we are doing is to assist you with mathematical skills. Those skills that are like factorization, for example, it's something that your lecturer will not expect you to face problems with. So those are some of the things that we'll be working with. The use of a calculator will not do it, because both of your modules, you don't use a calculator. But I've seen in one of your assignment, it was talking of using a calculator. So it depends. But in the exam, we have seen there, it says the use of a calculator is not allowed. Then the other one is to revise your assignment. There is a note underneath there that says no assignment will be revised before the due date. Well, if assignment is due on the 12th of May, we will not do assignment 1 before you have submitted it. Because my conditions, terms and conditions of employment is that I must not do your assignment before it's submitted. Then we also have that preparation of exams. That one we are reserved that every time. That's why I was saying go to my UNISA on a regular basis, check what is the examiner saying, sorry, your lecturer, and see what are the new developments. Then you download the new question papers, you keep them. I think this one is clear. And also this one. Please, 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 don't tempt me. I will give you as my WhatsApp number if you want to ask anything, but please don't tempt me by asking me what is on the assignment that you still have to submit. Once we do that, I will be going against my contract and I'll put my job on the line and I can be fired. And once I'm fired, we both stand to lose because it means that Mina, I won't be able to get what I'm supposed to get, and Nina, you will not be able to be assisted. So those are the things, ladies and gentlemen, that we are supposed to know before we start our workshops. Can I check if there are any questions? Someone is saying no sound. Can you hear me again? Are you able to hear me? Okay. There is someone who says no sound here. Yes, there is a question. Yes, blessings.
So do you know where we can maybe find official study material for this module? Sir?
Which module?
This one for math for 1503 and 1501.
Okay. If you are a registered learner, you should have received some. Have you not received anything? If you go to my UNISA, what is it? Is it possible? Where are you? Where are you based in?
Oh no, sir. I see it now, sir. You know, sir. I can see it now, sir.
You have seen it?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. All right. So please make sure that you visit my UNISA. Mzukwa, is it El Mzukwa? Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear.
Oh, okay. I wonder maybe it's your phone or your laptop that is muting you or for sound. But anyway, it's good that you can hear me. Right. Any other question? Do we have people that have got burning issues before we proceed? Okay. If there are no questions, let's proceed with our work of the day. I will be using this is my kind of visualizer where I'll be writing the things that you need to do and we need to know. Right. Since I've already mentioned special angles, I think we can try to work out the issue of special angles today. That will benefit both of you. And we'll also look at fractions. Sometimes people might say that it's an easy thing, but you hear that some people will face challenges. So remember, with our special angles, because we are not supposed to use a calculator to get them, we have got two ways that you can do your special angle. The first one is to draw your triangle, which will be 60, 60, 60. Then you make it to be 2, 2, 2, like what I've said earlier. Once I subdivide here, this will become 1, this will become 1. Now, Look, once I do that, the reason why we are dividing is to get a right-angled triangle so that you can get your ratios. So let me take out this and have, okay. So from here, I've got two angles, as you can see. So I can have my sine 30. Remember, sine as a ratio, it's opposite over hypotenuse, or your y over r. Must know that. So if I say sine 30, I see that it gives me 1 over 2. Then when I go to cos 30, it's adjacent over hypotenuse, x over r. So I will see that it gives me root 3 over 2. When I go to tan 30, it's opposite over adjacent, which is what? Y over x. Then I see that, oh, okay, it's 1 over root 3. And 1 over root 3, if you happen to press a calculator, which you are not allowed to press, you might come across your answer written like this, as root 3 over 3. You would have rationalized. This is called rationalizing. I'm sure you know that. So 1 over root 3 is the same as root 3 over 3. So that's how you get your special angles for 30. It means that in your working, when you reduce your angle, you come up to sine 30, then you must know that it is 1 over 2. For example, if I am given sine 210 degrees, and then the question says, find this. It means that sine 210 can be 180 plus 30 using the reduction. Then, because 180 plus 30 for 210, I'm in the third quadrant where sine is negative. I'll get a minus sine 30, then my answer is a minus half. That's one other thing that you can see that I did not even use a calculator. Okay, let's go back again to get our 60. Now look at your 60 there. So my sine 60 there, it is, again, remember it's opposite over hypotenuse, y over, let me just say y over r. So you see that sine 60 is root 3 over 2. Cos 60, it's x over r, which is 1 over 2. Then tan 60, it's y over x, tan 60, it becomes root 3 over 1. Now, I just want to write something here. I want to write my sine 30 that I've worked out, my cos 30 that we have worked out. Okay, tan 60 we can also, or tan 30, sorry for that we have worked out. We have seen that this is 1 over 2, root 3 over 2. Then this is 1 over root 3. Now, look at this. Can you see that there's a relationship? Sine 60 and cos 30, cos 60 and sine 30. There's also a relationship here on these two. So basically, that relationship, once you see, we call them cofunctions, where you see that sine 90 minus a will give you cos a, and cos 90 minus a will give you sine a. Sure, you can see that. This relationship is coming from here, if you can check this. So those are some of the things that you need to know and be aware of without stressing. All right, so now I've got 30 and 60. But remember, we mentioned that special angles, it's 0, it's 30, 45, 60, 90. So I've got 30 and 60. How do I get 45 before we go to 90 and 0? How do I get 45? Again, I can have my right angle, which is isosceles, which is 2, 2. Once I do that, I will see that, okay, if it's 2, 2 and it's 45, 45, it can be 1, 1 again. You will see that this will give you 2 root 2. If you use 1, 1, it gives you root 2 only. So once I get this one, my sine 45 will be, remember, it's y over r. So you get your 2 over 2 root 2. Obvious, that will simplify to 1 over root 2. Then if I multiply by root 2 over root 2, which we call rationalizing, we'll get root 2 over 2. Root 2 over 2. Cos 45. It's x over that, which is 2 again over 2 root 2. Then once you see that 2 and 2 will cancel, I get 1 over root 2. Then once you rationalize, you get root 2 over 2. So that once you see something says sine 45 is root 2 over 2, you don't say, it must be 1 over root 2. It's the same. 1 over root 2 and 2 root 2 is the same. Then tan 45. It's opposite over adjacent, which is 2 over 2, which will give you 1. So this is the special angles for tan 45, sine 45, cos 45. Then, for you to get 0, 90, 180, 360, you can draw a circle with a length of 1 unit. So it means that this is 1 radius. This is -1, 1. So when you do your angles, this is my x-axis, but when I'm measuring my angle, I start here. So this is my 0 degrees, my 90, my 180, my 270, 360. So can you see now that these ones, why we say they are special angles? So since this is my radius, at this point, my x is 1, my y is 0, my radius is 1. Can someone tell me x, y, r at this point, so that I know that I'm checking, we are discussing together? Are you able to see it? Just open your mic, tell us what is x at that point. Anyone?
X is equal to 0,
Yes,
Y is equal to 1,
yes.
but I'm not sure about R.
R is 1 because it's the distance from here to there.
Radius, oh, sorry.
Radius, yes. All right, thank you. Someone else give us here x, y, r at this point. Can someone open the mic and tell us what is happening for x, y, and r?
So, I think x is -1,
Thank you.
and then y is 0,
Good.
and then r is 1, I think.
That's good. That's
Not sure.
correct. That's correct. Don't worry. I will explain about XY, about R later on. Let's look at this one when it comes down here.
X is 0.
Good.
Then Y is -1.
That's correct.
Then R is 1.
That's good. Now, if I want sine 0 now, I go to sine. This is sine 0. So sine is Y over R. You now check what is your Y, what is your R. You get your 0 over 1, which will give you 0. If I want cos 0, it's X over R, which is 1 over 1. You get 1. If I want tan 0, tan is what? Y over X. Then it's 0 over 1. You get 0. That's why you notice that sine 0 is that, cos 0 is 1. Then once you go to 90, you go to 180, 270, 360. So basically, we can quickly complete it. Sine 180, cos 180, tan 180. Oh, I skipped 90, sorry for that. But anyway, we'll come back to that one. So what is our sine 180? You can see it's 0. Cos 180 minus 1. Tan 180, it's 0. Then sine 90, cos 90, tan 90. Sine 90, you see that it's y over, sorry, sine is yes, it's y over r, it gives you 1. Cos 90, it's x over r, it gives you 0. Tan 90, it's y over x. So if you check y over x, it is 1 over 0. That's why we say it's what? Undefined. So please, division by 0, whether you are at primary school, you are at high school, it is what? Undefined. That's why if you are to draw the graph of tan, when you are drawing the graph of tan, you will see that there is an asymptote at 90. That's the reason, because it will be undefined. So your graph, even at minus 90, there will be an asymptote. So your graph will be something like this, and it goes up and down. That's the graph of tan. Can you see that I'm already killing 2 birds with 1 stone? Already covering also the graphs, so that you know that these things are related, right? Using the same graph, tan 270, you can see that also it's y over x, it's minus 1 over 0, which is again what? Undefined. So that's why this one will give you undefined. Sine 270, it becomes minus 1 over 1, which is minus 1. Cos 270, it is 0 over 1, which is 0. Then sine 360, you will see that is the same as sine 0. So at 360, as you can see, 0 and 360 are the same. So sine 360 is the same as sine 0. Cos 360 is the same as cos what? Cos 0. It will give you 1 there. It will give you 0 there. Tan 360 is the same as tan 0, which will give you 0. So when you come across these kind of questions where you need to reduce and work out that will lead to special angles, you need to apply that. And I'll give you some questions that you have to do to check before we move on. Then someone will say, I'm not familiar with the triangle. You can start by writing You write 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe it's because we have got 4 quadrants. You divide by 4, divide by 4, divide by 4, divide by 4, divide by 4. Then after that, you find the square root, you find the square root, you find the square root, square root. So, okay, let me write the answer here. Obviously, here the answer is 0. On this one, it's 1 over 2 because square root of 1 over 4. That's another skill that you need to remember, that we can distribute this. Then you see that it's 1 over 2. But please, let me be quick to remind you that we can only distribute this radical sign when you are dividing and when you are multiplying. I can do this, but the moment I come across this a plus b, it's not equal to square root of a plus square root of b. A minus b is not equal to square root of a minus square root of b. Do you get that? Please take note of this. These are some of the things that you need to know, and you will come across this as we will be working with a lot. You know, sometimes when you are dealing with our specific topics now, we will assume that, hey, this one is, you must know that. So here, if you check this one, it's root 2 over 2. This one is root 3 over 2. And this is 1. So this, as you can see, I can put the angles here. This becomes 0, 30, 45, 60, 90. Can you see? And the first one that I've already obtained, it's for sine. If this is my theta, the moment I say sine 0, 0, sine 30, 30, half, sine 40, these are the answers that we already obtained. I'm sure you can see that. Then, the good thing with this one now, you don't sweat when you are coming to cos theta. You just start with the last one. Remember we said co-ratio. You start with the last one, followed by the second last, followed by, can you see now? Sine 45 and cos 45 is the same, followed by this, followed by that. Can someone tell me, how are we going to get utan? Can someone tell us how we are going to get tan from what we have already? Anyone? Are we following? Can you can open your mic and just speak?
Yes, we are following.
Yes, how do we get tan from the ratios that we already have?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I'm saying, how do we get the ratios of tan from what I have here? I think my camera is too close to what I'm writing. Let me try to, so that it will be okay. How can we get tan from what we have? Remember, this is the ratio of sine. Okay.
So,
Yes.
can I try?
Yes, you can try.
So, isn't we know that sine is y over r and cos is x over r. So I was thinking maybe you can say 0 divided by 1 is equals to 10.
Yes, once you do this, tan, it's sine theta over
Divided by cos. cos theta.
theta. So for me to get tan 0, 0 divided by 1, 0. If I divide these two, you will see that I'll get 1 over root 3. Yeah, this is this is the next thing that we are going to do. Let me just show you. 1 over 2 divided by root 3 over 2. It means that it's 1 over 2 times 2 over root 3. Therefore, this and this will cancel. I get 1 over root 3, which I say you can rationalize and leave your answer as what? 3 over 3. So when you see 1 over root 3 is the same as root 3 over 3. When you divide here, we get 1. When you divide there, we get root 3. When we divide this, we get undefined. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
So basically, the reason that's how you get this. So you can actually have this as a table so that you remember. You remember how to do that. There is also another one where you use the circle and you can actually draw it and it will give you the same thing. Is that okay? But it's still the same procedure where you write 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you divide, you find the square root, then you get the ratios. They will give you the first for the sine, then they give you for cos, they give you for tan. So please, these special angles, you will need them. Someone will say, but when will I need them? You will need them, you will see. Please make sure that you know them and you apply them. Is that okay? Any questions so far? Okay, thank you very much. Okay. We need to remind people that we need to mute our phones. All right, now you will get questions. Maybe just for practice sake, you get sine 16, cos 210, tan 300, all over sine minus 150, cos 286. The question says simplify. I know people say, hey, you are taking us back to high school, but this is just to refresh before we move on. Can I give you 2 minutes to quickly work it out? I know you know it, né? But it's just to refresh yourself and you work it out. Né? 2 minutes. All right. Are we done?
Nee, done, sir. Nee, done.
Okay. Those who are done, you can post your answers on the chat box. Then we'll compare. Okay. I'm not sure this one. What was the question? There is someone say hi. I can't see anything. I think it's because of the network. Yeah, I'm sure poor signal. Sorry for that. But as for the recording, you will get it on my chat. I will repeat what I said, that if you, okay, someone is sending, let's wait for one more to show us. If you accept the meeting in your emails, it will appear on your calendar like this. It will appear on your calendar like this. Then what will happen once it appears on your calendar? If you click on activities after the lesson, can you see that this one is still an ongoing meeting, which is still going? Then after the lesson, it will tell you here that your recording, can you see here? Recording is ready. It will be something like this. There will be a recording there. View, recap, and you can be able to access the recording. That is for those who are asking about if there will be a recording in next time. But please, the first thing is you visit your email, my UNISA, accept the meeting that has been scheduled so that it appears on your calendar and you'll be able to access the recordings. If not, once you visit my UNISA, you go to under, if I'm not mistaken, it should be under modules, if I'm not sure of, I can't remember the problem that I don't have my UNISA, so but you'll be able to check. There will be a pop-up, there will be a recording being posted there. So please, you can do that. Then if you have got challenges, you ask Mr. Koyana, he can assist you. I think there was an email address there. It is just send and your request, even though those who want to have one-on-one, because apart from the workshop that we are having, we also have one-on-one where you request to see to have my to be to have a consultation with me. So they will, once you book with them, They will assist you and they will inform you and me of the available time to do, apart from this workshop. And please remember, in those ones, it will be 30 minutes. It's not 2 hours because you'll be assisted on the specific concept. It's 30 minutes for undergraduate, 2 hours for 1 hour for postgrad. Okay, so basically, quickly, I saw someone says -3. That's correct. Let's just quickly see. This will give me 180 plus 30. I can even reduce it, but we just want to write so that people see where is it coming from. Then anything that has got a negative, you add 360 to it. Or you can apply the negative angles. This, there might be so many ways to work it out. 286 must be reduced. So sine 16, we'll leave it like that because it's already acute. Then I get a minus cos 30, a minus tan 60 all over. Now this one will give me sine 210 and then cos 74. Then I need to reduce this one. It gives me sine 16 minus cos 30 minus tan 60 all over sine 180 plus 30 cos 74. It's already acute, so we'll leave it like that. Then I have my sine 16. I can multiply there. I can even also substitute because it's now my special angles. Then there, remember we got our negative 30. Then this one, it gives me minus a half. Then cos 74. If I add 74 and 16, I see that I'll get to 90. So these are co-ratios, meaning to say this and this will cancel. You multiply there. If you multiply there, you get 3 over 2. You divide by minus 1 over 2. So please take note that when you multiply there is the same as doing this, and you get your answer like that. That's how we do that. Any questions? All right. So the next thing, again under trig, I think we can just try to touch that. We have what we call identities, so that we can finish with trigs. We have what we call a square identity, which is saying sine squared theta plus cos squared theta is equal to 1. Please remember, don't just end here with this. You must know that if I make cos squared the subject, I can get this. Again, with this is difference of 2 squares. This is difference of 2 squares. Is this, hello, can you hear me? Hello? Can I proceed?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I hear someone saying value now. Right. From here, I can see this is difference of 2 squares, which is 1 minus sine theta into 1 plus sine theta. Again, I can make cos theta the subject. It will be 1 minus sine theta into 1 plus sine theta. It's a question that I just saw that was starting here, and it was saying simplify It was asking for a simplification there. Yes. It was saying, the question is saying, simplify into a single trig ratio of 1 minus sine alpha into 1 plus sine alpha. You see? You must know that my answer will be cos alpha, because once you multiply there, we are working in backwards. It gives you 1 minus sine squared alpha, which will be square root cos of that. So once you know this, it will be easier for you to work it out. You won't be left out. Ne? That's this. So the same also can happen with sine. Your sine squared can be written as 1 minus cos squared. You can find the difference of two squares there. You can also find sine squared as what? 1 minus cos theta, 1 plus cos theta. So this is something that you need to remember. Okay, I know that some of things, they are still fresh because they are still from high school, but you need to remember that. So that's the square identity number 1. Number 2, you need to remember we have already done this one, the quotient identity. Tan theta is equal to sine theta over cos theta. Then we have the compound angles. Cos of A minus B is equal to cos of A, cos of B, plus sine of A, sine of B. Then sometimes people, they just say plus, then this becomes minus. So I've already done 2 already. Sine of A plus B, it will be sine A cos B plus cos A sine B. If I put minus, it becomes minus as well. So those are the compound angles that you need to remember. Then you've got the double angles. Only for cos 2A, which are cos 2A and sine 2A. Sorry for that. Sine 2A. Then cos 2A gives you 3 cos squared minus 1 sine squared A. So cos squared minus sine squared, then 2 cos squared A minus 1 and 1 minus 2 sine squared A. Here, to get these 2, you are generating them from the square identity. Then this one is only 2 sine A cos A. So these are the things that you need to know when you are dealing with cos. You need to know this when you are dealing with cos. Right. Any questions with this one?
No, sir.
Everything is clear.
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, you also need to know fractions. Sometimes
So,
people,
sir, to disturb you, before you continue, I have a question, sir.
yes, you can ask.
If it happens, they give you negative sine 2A, how you gonna change that, sir?
They give you negative sine 2A.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, negative
Sine
sine 2,
2.
like this, ne?
Yes, sir.
What will be the question now?
How will you change it into 2 sine of A minus cosine?
Oh, okay, where is it coming from? Okay, let's start with this sine A plus B generated. It's sine A cos B plus cos A sin B. We know about this, ne? So if I let A to be B, I now have sin A plus A. This side, this will be sin A cos A plus cos A sin A. Then this will give me sin 2A, which will now be, if you notice this, if you check here, it's a multiplication. So it's this times that plus, I can swap here, then start with sin A cos A. So I can see that these two are the same. So they are like terms, they give me 2 sin A cos A. So this is your sin 2A. So once it's minus 2 sin, sorry, minus sin 2A, it becomes also minus 2A, 2 sin A cos A.
Okay,
Is it
thank
okay?
you.
All right,
Yes,
so. All right. Okay, now, there is also one other thing that you need to understand, that we also need to understand fractions, because we tend to work with them a lot again when we are dealing with our maths. So the first thing is to know what type of a fraction do we have. They are divided into proper fractions or improper fractions. A proper fraction, it's when you've got A over B, condition is that A is less than B every time. Improper fraction, A over B, A is greater than B. So once you look at your fraction, 2 over 3, it's a proper fraction, but 3 over 2 is improper, because 3 is greater than 2. Now, please remember, you don't use a calculator, so don't relax and say, I'll just use a calculator. Sometimes your modules that specifically instruct you not to use a calculator, we need to know to work to simplify things without a calculator. So a proper fraction can also be converted to what we call a mixed. Some people, they call it a mixed fraction. Other books, they call it a mixed number. So when you have got a mixed number, it's like this 1 over, this is a mixed number. So this one can be changed to improper. How do we change it to improper? By multiplying 3 times 1 plus 2, I get 5 over 3. How do we change from improper fraction to mixed number? We ask ourselves, how many times does 3 go into 5? It's 1. Remainder what? 2 out of 3. So these are the things that you need to understand when you deal with fractions. Okay. Then, any number. Yes, you can ask Makabane. Oh, okay. I'm sure it was a mistake. All right. Any number can be written as a fraction. You see, if I have a 2, it's a whole number, Mos. If I have 5, it's a whole number. I can just write it as a fraction by saying over 1 over 1. So you must know that any number, it can be written as a fraction. Okay. Now, with this, you will be required to compare, sometimes to add, to subtract, to multiply, and to divide. So for you to compare fractions, they must have the same denominator, what you call the equivalent fractions. I can't compare 2/5 and 1/7. I won't know what is happening. But if I say, okay, this one, I see that I want to compare this, I multiply this one by 7/7, then I get 14/35. I multiply this one by 5/5, I get 5/35. Now, can you see? I have the same denominator. I compare the numerator. It's clear that this is greater now because 14 and 5. Can you see that? So you can only compare fractions when they have the same denominator. Let me say that. If they are not, you need to work out to have the same denominator first, then you compare them, as well as arranging. Okay. When do we add or subtract is the same thing. Again, only when you have got equivalent fractions with the same denominator. I cannot, if I say 3/5 plus 1/5, I can add this simply because my denominator is the same, and you maintain, you don't say 5 plus 5, 10, 3 plus 1, 4. It becomes 4/5. Let's hope I'm clear. I will repeat again. 2/10 plus 3/10. Do I have the same denominator? Yes, then I add, it becomes 2 plus 3, which is 5/10. And I must reduce this because I can see that I can divide by 5, 1/2. What do we call 5 here? It's called the highest common factor. So I don't just divide. I look for the highest common factor before you divide. You look for highest common factor before you divide. So the same applies also to addition, to subtraction. 5/7 minus 1/7. I've got the same denominator, 7. 5 minus 1, I get my 4/7. Okay, that's a point of refreshment. Now, what happens when you are multiplying? Multiply and divide. Let's start with multiplication. A over B times C over D. This one, multiply A times C, B times D. You get your answer as AC over BD. If they are common factors, then you can divide. Okay? And if it's a mixed number, change it to improper fraction first. For example, 1 and 1/3 times 5/9. I need to change this to a mixed number first. Remember, it's 1 times 3 plus 1. It's 4/3 times 5/9. Now I can multiply to get 20 out of 27. And if there's anything common, you reduce accordingly. That's division. That's multiplication. Now, let's check what happens with division. When I'm dividing, there's a skill that you need to know. I will now multiply by the reciprocal of this divisor. Can you see now that the numerator, the denominator is now the numerator. The numerator is the denominator. So this is the skill that you need to remember there. Then you get your AD over BC. If there's anything that needs to be simplified, you then simplify. Right. Any questions there? All right. They normally say when you do example, you start with easy things. Then when it's in the exam, something else that we did not even do. Yeah, it happens like that because we want you to understand. Now let's look at this example. I'm not sure if it's difficult, but I think we can try to follow it up. Now, remember there is one thing that is called board mass, brackets off first. So for me to simplify here, I need a common denominator, which is xy. You just multiply. Then x into xy, you get y, plus y into yx. Y and y will cancel. Then you'll be left with what? X. So this one is okay. Divided by, okay. I can also do the factorization. I can see that x5 is common. Then I've got this. Now, remember, I'm dividing now. So I will have y plus x over xy times. My numerator becomes the denominator, 3xy over 5x plus y. When you are here, y plus x and x plus y are the same. So this and this will cancel. Y and xy will cancel. I'll be left with what? 3 over 5. You'll be left with 3 over 5. I'm not sure if there's any question. We'll try to combine with what we were doing. Since it's a fraction again, there are fractions that you need to work with. Can we work out this one? Number 2. There's number 2. Okay, let's have these 3. Can we try to work it out so that we finish and revise them before it's 7:30? Can I give you 3, 6, 9? By 10 past, we should be done. Okay, are we managing?
I'm on the second one.
On the second one. Okay, let me give you 5 more minutes, maybe. Okay. All right. Let's do this because we are left with 15 minutes and we need to wrap up. We can quickly start. You will compare your answers with what we have. So this one was just a revisit of what we were doing, and also somewhere where we need to apply that skills of the fractions. So tan 60, we know it's √3/1. Cos 45, it's √2/2 or 1/√2. Sin 30, it's half. Then tan 45, we know that it's 1. Please remember these special angles because sometimes they will come combined. So here on the numerator, I can multiply. I'll get my √3 and √2. I'll write it like this in case it will simplify further, over 2, or I can write it as √6 over. Then on the numerator, remember it's 1/2 plus 1/1. So I cannot add because of what? Different what? Denominators. So if I multiply this one by 2/2, I will get 2/2 and 1/2. Let me just do it somewhere separately before. I'm saying I'm adding 1 and this. So this becomes 1/1, like what we have done. So I will make this one, I'll multiply by 2/2, so that I get 1/2 plus 2/2. Now I can add, maintaining the same denominator. I get 1 plus 2, then becomes 3/2. So my denominator there is 3/2. Okay. So since I'm not going to have anything that will deal with that with √6, so this one can be √6/2 times 2/3. So you can see now, because here, what is happening here? From this, you can write it separately so that you don't, it's √3 times √2/2. It's written like this. What it means. That's what it means. So when I say √6/2 times 2/3, that's where I'm coming from. Then you would see that 2 and 2 will cancel. I'll get √6/3. And this one, that will be my final answer. I can't simplify it further from there. Any questions on that? Did we manage to get it like that?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Right, the next one. Number 2. Number 2, you also need to know your factorization before you do anything. Factorization is important on number 2. Right. So it's 2x² minus 11x plus 15 over x³ minus 27 divided by 4x² minus 25 all over and negative x² minus 3x minus 9. Right. Let's look at this. I think it will factorize. I see a 2x and x. I need numbers. I think I've got a 5 and a 1. Sorry, and a 3. Will it be? It will give me 10. It should be 5 here and 3 there. Sorry for that. Sorry for that. So this is a minus, so that when you multiply, you get your minus 6x minus 5x. That gives you minus 11x. Then on the denominator, that is difference of 2 cubes. How do you see that it's difference of 2 cubes? You will see, if I can write it here separately, x³ minus 27. X³ is 3 cubed. So this is difference of 2 cubes, which will factorize into 2. First of all, you find the cube root of that and you write it like that. Cube root of 27 is 3. Then you will ask yourself, if I multiply x, what must I multiply x by to get x cubed? You see that it's x squared. Then you look for the last term. This is minus 3. And here I've got a minus 27. So it means that my last term is plus 9. Then here it's plus 3x. How do we get it? You just multiply these 2. So this one will factorize to this. Okay? So it's x minus 3 into x squared plus 3x plus 9. Then times because of the division. Can you see that it's negative, negative throughout? I can have a negative out, x squared plus 3x plus 9. Already you can see that there's something common factor. This is a difference of 2 squares, which will give you 2x minus 5, 2x plus 5. Now check here, x minus 3, x minus 3, x squared plus 3x, and that one, x and that, and that. So on the numerator, I'm left with a minus 1 over 2x plus 5. I think people will be asking questions on difference of 2 cubes and sum of 2 cubes, because that one you need to know it. Let me just go back on that before we go to the last question. And also I need to leave some time. Now, a cubed minus b cubed. It will factorize to a minus b, a squared. Now, how do I come up to get the second term here? Because the last term, I already know it. Because I have got a minus b cubed, there is a minus b, so it means I multiply by b squared. So what do I get here? Whatever you're going to get here, we'll need to make this disappear. So normally, let's do this. Let's put it as a p. Just put it as a variable so that you see where the AB is coming from. So if I multiply this a minus b into a squared plus p plus b squared, I will get a minus that a cubed, and then I'll get ap minus b, sorry, minus a, sorry for that, a b squared minus b a squared minus bp minus b cubed. So the minus b cubed and the a cubed, these are the ones. Now, if you check here, I've got a and a. This one means that I've got the same one. Then I've got a squared, and this one is b. So this means I've got the same one. Now, if you check, when you multiply, if I can factor out here, taking the common, I'll take it like this. You will see that it's equal to 0 because I don't have, on my main term, I don't have money. I don't have anything that has got a. If I take this one, I'm factoring out a negative b. I'm left with a squared plus p. Again, this will be equated to 0, equated to 0. So you will see that, okay, because this is 0 and 0, what will happen now is you will end up having p minus b squared. Then here I also have a plus p squared being zeros, all of them. So for them to disappear, it means this should be the same. So I have got a, so it means that for it to be b, can you see, p will be equal to minus b squared for this to disappear. And for that one to disappear, my a will be equal to, or there will be ap maybe my calculation will make people to be confused that now. So I will see that if I factor out, or it's my way of factoring here that is disturbing. I was supposed to take A and minus P and that, so that you end up with, I'm the one who's confusing people there. Thank you for that. Sorry for that. Then I'll get this AB squared minus A squared B. So with this, all this, they must be equal to 0. Then when you work it out, for it to be 0, you will see that P must be AB. So that this will cancel, that will cancel with that. Because I don't have all this in my terms. So my P should be AB. So once P is AB, I will end up now saying A minus B cubed is A minus B, A squared plus AB plus B squared. So that's how you get that. So if you are sub-adding, it will now become A plus B, A squared. This will be opposite now of AB plus B squared. That's how you factorize that. And that's how we got to that final answer. So quickly, before we run out of time, 2 over x minus 1 minus 6 over 3x squared minus 3x plus 1 over x plus 1. So it's 2 over x minus 1 over 6. If you check here, I need to factorize 3x. I get x minus 1 plus 1 over x plus 1. 3 and 6, it will give me, we can simplify again, and I'll get 2 over x into x minus 1 plus 1 over x plus 1. Then for me to simplify from here, I'll need a common denominator. So I've got x minus 1, I've got x. I don't repeat x minus 1 because it's already there, and x plus 1. So when I say this into this, it will cancel with this one only. I'll be left with x and 2 and x plus 1. So it's 2x, x plus 1 minus this will cancel with that. This will cancel with that. You'll be left with x plus 1. This will cancel with that. I'll be left with x into x minus 1. Moving on further with it, it gives us now 2x squared plus 2x minus 2x plus 2 plus x squared minus x all over. Don't multiply that one because there might be something that will cancel. So 2x squared plus x squared gives me 3x squared. 2x and 2x minus that, I'll get a minus x, a minus 2 into x, x minus 1, x plus 1. I think this will factorize into 3x as well as x. Where should we? My 2 must be here, and I must have a 1 there. That will give me 3x and 2x. So this is minus, this is plus. Now you can see that there are things that will end up canceling, which is x minus 1, x minus 1. Then you get your 3x plus 2 into x, x plus 1. That's where you stop and you can't move further. So, any questions? Any questions? For the benefit of those who joined late, this is my name. Yes, you can ask.
No, on my side, I don't have any questions, sir.
Okay. There is my, but please don't call me when you're in the middle of the exam thinking that I'll assist you. I won't assist you with any exam. I won't assist you with an assignment. I'm saying this on record so that I won't be penalized to say I'm assisting people who are writing assignments. If you've got a question that you don't understand, you can ask me, but please, if it's in the assignment, you rather say, explain this concept that rather than sending me the actual question, because I'm not supposed to assist you.